All right, so here's the next problem on your test correction page. It's going to be test problem number 6, but it's the second one on your paper. So you have two angles are complementary. The larger angle is 5 more than 5 times the smaller angle. What is the measure of the larger angle? So we'll look at our steps. Step 1 says to remember complementary angles are two angles that add up to 90 degrees, and supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180. So these are complementary, which means I'm going to have two angles that equal 90 degrees. So we're going to draw a picture and label our two angles. So I know that it's got to be a 90-degree angle, so it looks like this. But if it's complementary, it means that it's split into two different angles. And I'm going to label what I know. So I know that the larger angle is 5 more than 5 times the smaller angle. But nowhere in my problem do they tell me anything about the smaller one. That means I'm going to call the smaller one x, because I don't know what it is. The larger one is 5 more than 5 times that one. So 5 more than would be 5 plus, and 5 times that would be 5x. So that would be the larger angle. So I'm going to set up my expression given the information that's given. So my more than means add, my less than, more than and less than are turnaround words. It doesn't really matter for more than because addition order is not super, it doesn't matter. You can add in either order, but with less than, it's really big important. You have to flip it. The smaller angle, I told you, since it's not given, is going to be x. So now we're going to add the two expressions together and set it equal to 90 because we're doing complementary. So I'm going to add these up. So I'm going to have x plus 5x has to equal 90. And I'm going to simplify so I can put this x and this 5x together gives me 6x plus 5. There should be a 9 there. Is equal to 90. And then I'm going to solve my equation using inverse operations. Just like we've been solving equations all along, I've got to get rid of what's being added first. So I'm going to do minus 5 on both sides. So I get 6x is equal to 85. And then I'm going to divide by 6 because that 6x means 6 times x. And I get that x is equal to when I divide that 85 by 6, I get a yucky looking decimal. It's 14.16666 all the way and keeps repeating. So we're going to call this 14.17 just to make it easier to deal with. I don't want to have to write a repeating decimal. So I know what x is, but if you'll read my question, it asks for the larger angle. So I now have to either subtract this from 90 because that's what it equals, or I have to plug this back into here and get it. I think it's easier to do 90 minus what I know. So I'll grab my calculator, 90 minus 14.17. I get that the larger angle is 75.83 degrees. So this is your answer.